How do I live every day advancing David's legacy? That is a tough one because basically David and all of the images and sounds that accompany him and his image and memory have always been a part of me since I was 4 years old. I'd like to think that I exhibit the kindness and creative spirit that reflects who he was. Of course, the Partridge Family's tagline is "Come on, get happy." We all know that. David may have had an aversion to Keith and that image, but in the end, he came to embrace it. I try to follow that mantra, whether as a reminder to myself or to others. I even have the license plate on my car, "Come on, get happy," so that maybe even passersby will take note and somehow internalize it. Love you, David, always.
While you're getting set up, how about this? How about if I read the first 2 paragraphs out of the essay that's in your fabulous book that I wrote?
Go ahead.
The book that has all the fan remembrances and stuff.
Yeah.
I'll just read the first 2 paragraphs, and if they like what they hear, then the people who don't have the book need to get the book.
All right, good advertising.
And that'll give you a little time to get ready. Okay, here we go. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Yes. All right. He came in the springtime of our lives and left us in our fall. David marked many a beginning for a generation worldwide who was just coming of age in the early 1970s. He forever belongs to those visceral experiences, such as watching a first television program, reading a first magazine, buying a first record, attending a first concert, and falling in love with a first crush. Mm-hmm. For it is David who connects us with those moments and memories. It was a time when everything was still ahead of us and there were numerous opportunities on the horizon. Now there seem to be more endings in our lives and not as many new adventures to savor. David's death signified the end of his struggle, but perhaps just the beginning of our own, as we mourned his loss and with it, the irrevocable loss of our youth. He himself expressed it best in 2011 in an interview with journalist Allison Pearson, when asked to reflect upon what his eventual death would mean to millions of women worldwide, he earnestly asked, "A small part of you dies with me?" Yes, David, it did. It did indeed.
I work with 10 plus churches, 20 plus organizations. I also, this is one of my favorite things to do. And here's our David, which is my favorite. I load up purses, all different sizes. They can be huge, like this one here, or backpacks, various size purses for women with socks, makeup, hygiene products, feminine needs, socks. The list goes on and on. Also, I love the purse thing, really, because you can have these full and carry them with you. Have 1 or 2 for women and men as well, and just have them on hand. So if you see someone in need, well, I collect dog food for seniors and homeless people with animals. I raise socks, clothes, on and on for cold shelters, quilts, blankets, tents, clothes, socks, anything that's needed for people that are homeless that's living in tents. Coffee cans so that they could build fires inside their tents to keep warm. The list goes on, and I don't tell people a lot of what I do. I want to read this song to you that Bobby, Susan, and Paul Cowsill wrote about the homeless, and it's called "Lend a Hand." It goes like this: everybody spends a little time on a broken road, but I've been on it so long, I've been calling it home. But if Jesus. But if that doesn't speak to you, try opening your heart, and I know you can see what you can do. lend a hand to people with a broken plan. Roll the window down and take a stand. If you can understand, can you help your fellow man? Can you help your fellow man lend a hand? And we'll try to make a better land. All we got to do is come together for each other, one another, love each other. I don't want to be on the street corner by these signs. I'm all out of pride. I don't have anything that's mine. I had a lot of plans just like you, but I fell on hard times too. I saw them all fall through. The second part is, and of course it goes to the chorus 3 times. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm so emotional, but this really hits home for me because I see it every day, almost every single day. Life's so short, there's so little time. It's not black and white. You don't know my mind. I tried so hard to make it all so right. I slipped through the cracks that was in plain sight. Back in the day, I was young and the sun shined through. And I never thought I'd call the streets home, but I got fooled. When the hard time clouds broke in, but I fell on hard times. Sometimes I just can't win. Lend a hand.
Okay, I'll keep it brief. Back in the late summer, when I knew the admin team was planning the September meet for the big 50th anniversary, I reached out to Barb and said, you know, I've had this kind of crazy idea. I said, what? And I sent her a picture. I said, I have this pattern. I said, what if I made this as a giveaway, but I did it in the colors of the bus, and I did it, you know, the Mondrian style. And that was the giveaway that we did in September that Liz won. She was on earlier, and we saw it on the piano, the centerpiece. And Barb said, oh my God, you would make that for us? And I said, yeah, sure. So I did, and I got started on it, and then I kind of kept working. I thought, well, we need to have more than one giveaway. We need a couple. So, you know, before I knew it, I said, let's do some table runners. Let's do a scarf. So we ended up with all these Mondrian items. So Liz won one of the table runners and the centerpiece in September. And Barb wanted to do the scarf this time around. So basically, the scarf is but it doesn't have to be a scarf. It could also be its own little table runner, like a little skinny mini, because it's really long, as you can see. But it makes it great, you know, kind of
Beautiful.
scarf like this.
Love it.
Really pretty on your table. And basically, like I said, it's all the colors of the buff, all, you know, both sides. On the inside, it's black. So, I had a tough time. This was a tough assignment that Barb gave me because the videos were great. It was a hard, very difficult choice. But, you know, it came down to these two. I thought they both really spoke to things that were important to David in terms of kindness and thinking about other people. And, you know, he lived so much of his life in the public eye and gave so much to his fan base across an amazing lifetime that he had, an amazing career that he had. So as we talked about this and I watched those videos, I thought about the fact that I knew we had the scarf, and I also knew we have the really cool t-shirt that Joanne Lombardi has. And I thought about it and I watched the videos and I thought, you know, I think these are both winners and we should maybe match prizes to the people in the videos. So I told Barb what my vote was to go to, for Lanya's video, she would do the t-shirt.
So that's perfect. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Anne, if you want to say anything about winning the cool scarf?
Yeah, I just want to say thank you so very much, and I will think of every time I wear it or use it as a table runner. I probably wear it as a scarf, but every time that I do so, I will think of this group And I will think of you all, and of course, David. And this has just meant so much to me. And I look forward to continuing to keep a relationship with you all. Thank you so much.